Goaltending in the Elite League is not a long-term career plan. Imports come and go, coaches lose their patience, and one bad season can turn you from number one into where are they now. So today we're not talking about the best goalies, we're talking about the ones who lasted. This list is ranked purely on appearances, combined games across multiple teams where applicable, regular, cup and post-season games, and it also includes both retired legends and active goalies still climbing the ladder. Also, we haven't included the Elite Series games during COVID, before someone says, "You forgot his time playing for Nottingham." Here are the 10 Elite League goalies with the most appearances, according to Elite Prospects. Brian Stewart. We start at number 10 with Brian Stewart. Before arriving in the Elite League, Stewart came through the Canadian junior system, spending time in WHL before turning pro. Like many Elite League goalies of his era, he bounced around the North American minor leagues before finding stability in the UK. While Stewart's Elite League career may not stretch across multiple franchises like some others on this list, his impact was significant during his time in the league, guarding the crease for both the Coventry Blaze and the Guildford Flames. Known for his positional style, maybe not his calm manner, but Stewart provided stability whenever he was called upon, and that's often what keeps a goalie employed year after year. Making 174 appearances in a league as unforgiving as the Elite League is no small achievement. Matt Greenfield. Just edging ahead at number 9 is Matt Greenfield, and the key words here are so far. Greenfield played NCAA hockey at the University of Calgary before turning pro, developing a system that emphasises structure and consistency. Greenfield's entire Elite League career so far has been with the Sheffield Steelers, where he's quickly become one of the most trusted goalies in the modern league. Championship seasons, big playoff performances, and elite save percentages have defined his time in Sheffield. What's remarkable is how quickly he's climbed this list, and if he stays in the Elite League for a few more seasons, he could realistically push into the top 5. Craig Kowalski. At number 8, it's Craig Kowalski. Kowalski's route to the Elite League came through Canadian junior and European experience, including time in Italy before arriving in Nottingham. A Nottingham Panthers mainstay, Kowalski was a goaltender trusted to handle heavy workloads in a demanding market. Over 200 Elite League appearances with a single club speaks volumes about consistency and reliability. Panthers fans knew what they were getting night after night, and in this league, that dependability is gold dust. Jackson Whistle. Coming in at number 7 is Jackson Whistle, another active goalie still adding to his total. Whistle came through the WHL system after time spent in North America. He crossed the Atlantic and became a key figure in the Elite League. Whistle has represented Belfast, Sheffield and gained experience across some of the biggest organisations in the league. A modern, athletic goaltender, Whistle proved that British goalies could not only compete but also thrive in pressure environments. At just over 280 appearances so far, his final position on this list could look very different when his career is done. Curtis Cruickshank. Next up, Curtis Cruickshank. Cruickshank also came through UK hockey pathways, spending time in lower British leagues before stepping into the Elite League. Cruickshank is a perfect example of why aggregated appearances matters. His Elite League career stretched across Basingstoke, Nottingham, Newcastle and Hull, and when you add it all together, he just passes 300 games. Often facing high shot volumes, Cruickshank was a workhorse goalie who shouldered immense responsibility wherever he played. His place this high on the list may surprise some, but the numbers don't lie. Stevie Lyle. Breaking into the top 5 is Stevie Lyle. Lyle developed through the UK junior system, including time in the EIHL and other domestic leagues before stepping up into the Elite League. That's a tough route, fewer safety nets and fewer second chances. Lyle's Elite League journey took him through Basingstoke, Belfast and Cardiff, spanning multiple eras of the league. Often playing during transitional and rebuilding periods, Lyle faced heavy workloads and limited margins for error. Yet, he kept earning contracts, kept earning starts, and finished with over 310 appearances, a testament to resilience as much as talent. Jody Lehman. Just missing out on the top of the podium is Jody Lehman. Lehman's hockey education came through Canadian junior hockey before a long professional career in Europe and the UK. Lehman made his mark with both the Coventry Blaze and the Sheffield Steelers, two of the league's most successful franchises at the time. Known for his consistency and professionalism, Lehman was the kind of goalie coaches trust implicitly. Over 330 Elite League appearances puts him among the league's true Iron Men between the pipes and one of the most reliable imports the league has seen. Shane Owen. In the top 3, it's Shane Owen. Owen's path included Canadian junior hockey, EIHL and European leagues, giving him a solid technical base before arriving in the Elite League. The vast majority of Owen's Elite League career has been spent with the Fife Flyers, with additional time in Belfast. Owen regularly faced some of the highest workloads in the league, often standing tall behind teams under sustained pressure. Passing 400 appearances is a massive achievement, especially for a goalie who rarely has an easy night. Still active, Owen continues to build one of the most respected legacies in the Elite League goaltending history. Stephen Murphy. At number 2, it's Stephen Murphy, a true Elite League legend. Murphy came through the UK development system for crucially added experience overseas before becoming an Elite League mainstay. Murphy's career spanned the Edinburgh Capitals, Manchester Phoenix, and most famously, the Belfast Giants. For over a decade, Murphy was the backbone of one of the league's most successful franchises. Championships, European nights, pressure games, Murphy was always there. Nearly 600 Elite League appearances is an extraordinary number, and for many fans, he remains the gold standard of a franchise goaltender and British netminder. Ben Bowns. And at number 1, with a lead that may never be matched, Ben Bowns. Bowns' journey began in the UK system, moving from under-16s to EIHL with several seasons in Sheffield, with the Scimitars and the Sheffield Steel Dogs, eventually moving up to the Elite League Pro level. That blend of British roots and national team exposure set a foundation for Bowns. Across Sheffield, One Game, Hull and Cardiff, Bowns has built a career defined by longevity, excellence and leadership. Over 630 Elite League appearances and counting, multiple league titles and years as face of British goaltending. Bowns hasn't just lasted in the Elite League, he's redefined expectations for domestic goalies and has raised the bar league-wide. Still active, still adding to his total, Ben Bowns stands alone at the top. So there you have it, the 10 goalies with the most Elite League appearances. This list isn't about highlight reels or single season brilliance, it's about durability, trust, and showing up year after year in the toughest position in hockey. Who's the best Elite League goalie so far you've watched? Which active goalie do you think climbs this list next? Let us know in the comments, and as always, we'll see you next time.